Good evening. Coming up at 6 on Iowa's News Channel.
The Iowa State Board of Education looks at its own open enrollment policy. Members decide to stand by the opinion that local districts really cannot control open enrollment.
Today's decision will mean changes for some students' school plans this fall. I'm Linda Hudwalker in the Waterloo newsroom. I'll show you how they'll be affected.
And the judge involved with the Ruth Ann Veal murder trial decides to remove himself from the case. We'll tell you why.
Join us for that. Healthline 7 tonight, you'll be seeing double.
Next at 6.
At KWWL, we believe the people who cover Iowa best aren't the ones sent here by their agents,
Nice place, huh?
but the ones raised here by their moms. People with a history here. People who were born here. People who grew up here. And people who are raising their families here. They're people proud to call this home because they're Iowa's own. KWWL is Iowa's news channel.
This is the KWWL News at 6 with Ron Steele and Liz Mathis.
The State Board of Education has handed down a defeat for the Waterloo Board of Education in its efforts to control the number of students transferring out of the Waterloo Community School District. Good evening, everyone. Last October, the board decided to limit open enrollment here in Waterloo.
But last week, an administrative law judge ruled the policy is too restrictive. Today, Kathy Collins made her case before the State Board of Education, which upheld the ruling. The decision affects 3 of the state's larger school districts, Waterloo, Burlington, and Des Moines, all of which wanted fewer students to leave. Unless those districts appeal, this decision will have an immediate impact on students. Linda Hudwalker is following the story and joins us from the newsroom. Linda, does this mean more students can now apply to leave the Waterloo district this year?
No, Liz, it's too late for this year, except for some 40 students whose transfers were denied under the new policy. Now that it's been overturned, they will be able to go.
I think it's going to be a good experience. I've just been waiting. It's nice to have it all over with and done.
Colleen Weber is leaving East High for Cedar Falls. Both her parents work in that district, and that's why they wanted their 2 daughters to go to school there. 2 others already graduated from East.
From a parent's viewpoint, as long as the law gives you a choice, I think people should be able to exercise that choice. But from an educator's viewpoint, which I am, I can sympathize with the Waterloo district because it does cost the district money when students leave.
Janice says theirs is not a case of white flight, and she doesn't have any complaints about the Waterloo district. Superintendent Jim Kimmett agrees allowing more open enrollment can benefit some families, but he thinks the result is detrimental to all students in the district, and there's no solution in sight.
We've tried for the last 3 years to make significant changes in the law, and we've had no success because the gatekeepers in the legislature don't want to deal with it.
Now, talk about a twist in the law. The state says it is okay for Waterloo to limit transfers in buildings that have a racial imbalance, but they can't limit them district-wide. So there's a big twist for the Weber family here. Colleen can leave East High to go over to Cedar Falls, but their younger daughter is not allowed at this point to leave Logan Elementary because there is a racial imbalance in that building. So that family is going to have to go back to the Waterloo School Board to see if both siblings will be allowed to leave. Liz?
Linda, what about the possibility of an appeal?
Well, they do have 30 days to appeal this in district court. Dr. Kimmett says he doesn't think it's a possibility at this time, but it is up to the school board, and he is sure that they will probably be in contact with Des Moines and Burlington to see what those 2 districts are going to do as well.
All right. Thanks to Linda Hudwalker reporting live from our newsroom. Thanks, Linda.
And tonight, a new report shows that enrollment in Iowa schools is gradually growing more racially diverse, but the teaching force is staying overwhelmingly white. The Iowa Department of Education report indicating that 6.6% of the state's students last year were indeed members of minority races, while just 1.4% of the teachers were minorities. Now, a department consultant says this disparity could be contributing to the increased racial tensions and higher suspension and dropout rates for Iowa's minority students. Meantime, a new program at Wartburg College in Waverly is aiming to attract more African Americans into the teaching profession. 25% of the student body in the Waterloo Public School System is African American, but only 6% of the teachers are African Americans or minorities. This program at Wartburg hopes to change all that soon. Kristen Gesswein tonight has more on the Waterloo African American Teacher Preparation Program.
Marcia Harmon reads to her 6-year-old son every day, and in about 3 weeks, she'll be doing this full time.
Why don't you read the story to me then?
All right.
Okay.
She's just been accepted into the Waterloo African American Teacher Preparation Program at Wartburg College.
I enjoy watching children explore and learn. Somebody has to do the job working with them so that they can grow and develop.
The program will allow her to be a teacher's aide in the Waterloo public school system and get her bachelor's degree at Wartburg College at the same time. By the time Marcia Harmon finishes her degree, she'll be a certified teacher.
The program was designed to make it easier for Wartburg College students to teach in Waterloo public schools. The students no longer have to come to Waverly to get their college education. The professors will go to them.
We can deliver the program in Waterloo rather than those people having to come here when they often have family responsibilities and other obligations in Waterloo.
And for Marcia Harmon, it means she can be a teacher without having to give up time with her own children. In Waterloo, I'm Kristen Gesswein for Iowa's News Channel.
I should tell you tonight that Marcia Harmon's sister has also been accepted in the program at Wartburg College in Waverly. They will begin in about 3 weeks.
A Cedar Rapids man is hospitalized after an early morning shooting. Officers were called to the 1500 block of 4th Avenue Southeast around 1 o'clock. That's where they found 32-year-old Melvin Browning. He'd been shot several times with a small caliber handgun. He struggled to a nearby home to ask for help. The hospital is not releasing Browning's condition, but the man has a long police record, including that he has faced at least a dozen charges in the past, including assault, criminal mischief, and sexual abuse. It's too early to know whether Ruth Ann Veal has a better chance of receiving a new trial. That's according to First Judicial Chief Judge Alan Pearson. Pearson will appoint a new judge to the Veal case after Judge James Bush removed himself from the case. Bush stepped down after Veal's attorney, Alfredo Parrish, accused Bush and County Attorney Tom Ferguson of celebrating Veal's guilty verdict at a local nightclub. The two have denied any improprieties.
Still to come here tonight, this year's crops continuing to thrive, and tonight we're going to show you the brand new USDA crop projections for this year.
And deer continue to be the topic of meetings in Cedar Falls. We'll tell you why when we come back.
We're cooking up some hot deals right now during our sizzling hot summer closeout sale. The 95s are on their way, so every new 94 car, truck, and van has been drastically reduced. Every 94 must go. Ford, Chevys, Oldsmobiles, Buick, Pontiacs, Mercury's, Chrysler, even Holiday Rambler and Winnebago motorhomes. If you're hungry for a great deal, come to Guttenberg or Elkader and see us now while the selection is at its best.
Ever dream of just taking off and getting away from it all? It may happen if you taxi to Dubuque Greyhound Park between August 3rd and 20th. You can register to win 2 airline tickets to any place in the continental U.S. that American Airlines flies. There's something special in the air. Then join us for Jetaway Night, Saturday, August 20th, and see if you win the airline tickets. It's going to be a great night of racing fun. So reserve your seats now!
Hey, hey, why don't you come out and play?
A plan to allow deer hunting in the Waterloo-Cedar Falls city limits is drawing more and more opposition now. More than 800 Black Hawk County residents have signed a petition against that plan, which was proposed by a local task force worried about the growing number of deer in the region. Now, the plan would allow deer hunting by bow and arrow on specific dates in the two cities. The Iowa Department of Natural Resources holds a public hearing tonight in Cedar Falls to discuss this controversial plan. The meeting tonight, 7 o'clock. It will be located at the Hartman Reserve Nature Center in Cedar Falls.
This morning, the U.S. Department of Agriculture came out with its crop production report. It says the U.S. corn crop will add up to about 9.2 billion bushels at harvest time. The U.S. soybean crop will come in at 2.2 billion bushels. Traders in Chicago believe the corn numbers should be neutral to good, and the soybean numbers will likely be poor for price movement. Even though market prices are low, the bumper crop is good news for eastern Iowa farmers. Terry Kiefer says his brother's farm near Preston in Jackson County, he's there. Last year, most of their crops were underwater. They had just enough corn to harvest for their livestock. This year, the corn crop is so good that Terry already sold several bushels through forward contracts.
And it had been the only year there. This year, we got this one for the bonus, and that's going to make the big difference. Last year, we were looking at around 60 bushel average here, and this year, we'll probably be looking at pretty close to 180.
Kiefer soybeans are doing just as well. The last bumper crop was 2 years ago. A commodities broker in Dubuque doesn't expect the market prices to fluctuate much unless we get an early frost. Then the prices would go up dramatically.
A fast-growing eastern Iowa software company is now part of a multi-million-dollar buyout. This afternoon, Intuit Incorporated announced it will acquire Parsons Technology of Hiawatha. Parsons has been a major developer of consumer-based computer software for the past several years. Company officials say it's a $64 million buyout, which eventually will bring more jobs to the Cedar Rapids area.
I think our employees are going to find the acquisition to be very exciting. It's going to translate to a richer development environment, a more active marketing atmosphere.
Parsons Technology in Hiawatha currently employs about 400 workers and 450 workers at its Hiawatha plant, I should say. Intuit Incorporated is a major software developer based in California.
Members of an eastern Iowa singing group were stranded yesterday when someone stole their bus just outside of New York City. Ron Kettleson is director of the group Moving Up Kids. He says Moving Up Kids. He says that the irony of the theft is that a tour director had told the kids on Tuesday that crime in New York was exaggerated by the media. The bus was stolen from a motel parking lot sometime before dawn yesterday. The bus was owned by Tri-State Tours of Cedar Rapids. General Manager John Paquette says that it's the first such incident in the company's 50-year history.
Our cool weather continues. Will it last throughout the weekend? Well, meteorologist Jeff Kendi with the forecast upcoming.
And still ahead, a dynamic duo that does everything together.
It's time to announce semifinalist number 4 in KWWL's Classic Bayliner giveaway. Congratulations, you won a chance to start the motor on this Bayliner boat from WBM Marine and Coca-Cola Classic.
So what would you get if you bonded with the new Quick Card?
Premium quality gasoline.
Free coffee and soft drink refills.
No annual fee.
Really low milk and bread prices.
I can use it someplace I go all the time.
I could win a new car if I applied for it.
I'd like cash back at the end of the year.
The new Quick Card. It's a bonding kind of thing.
You want this card.
KWWL is Iowa's news channel.
I want a GMC truck. Whoa, one that'll fit in my garage. A Sierra? Right. A powerful V6 engine, strong frame, rear-wheel anti-lock brakes, galvanized steel. And for the 5th straight year, the GMC Sierra has been named a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. Sierra from GMC Truck. A pickup truck with a big reputation.
See your value-added GMC truck dealers today.
Congratulations to Dr. William Cozart. Your photo is one of our first-place winners in KWWL's 95 Weather Calendar Contest. You've won $200 and a new camera from Porter's Camera Store. We'll announce another winner tomorrow night at 6.
Kind of gray out there today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. It'd be nice to get some of the clouds out of here.
Just a few.
Yeah, especially tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the Perseid meteor shower, which tonight and tomorrow are the peak nights, and it doesn't look like the clouds are going to get out of here. Yeah, it's pretty tough to see through. Maybe you can charter a DC-10 and get on up above these things here a little bit. That might be the only way to see the showers tonight. Let's take a look at outside at some Thursday afternoon weather, live from Dubuque, where we've had a cloudy, gray, cool day, a high just 67 around the tri-states after a morning low of 55 degrees. And some of those shower totals that you see there were mainly from last night. We had a pretty heavy downpour at times around Iowa City late last night. But most of today has been rain-free, a little bit of drizzle from time to time. But otherwise, the thing that we've noticed today has been the persistent clouds and the persistent cool weather. It's still rather sticky outside, too, with humidities rather high today. The wind, what there is of it, is pretty light, running at around 5 miles per hour or less, and the air pressure steady or falling slowly. Your local temperatures, well, no big surprise. We're still rather cool, almost like September out there today with readings anywhere from 65, that's the cool spot now, around Dubuque, to about 72 now around Cedar Rapids. Still an overcast sky there as well. And it's this same frontal boundary that's separating the real warm summertime weather to the south of the front. By the way, this is the same front that pushed through here on Sunday night. It really hasn't gone that far away. It's now running about Kansas City to St. Louis and over here toward Indianapolis. And again, you can see on the south side of that thing, 86 degrees, for instance, down there around Louisville, Kentucky. North of the front, it's cooler with temperatures in the 60s and lower 70s. Fairly common all the way from the Great Lakes region on out here toward the eastern plains states. And a lot of cloudy weather on the northern side of that front. Low gray skies around here, persistent low-level moisture and really not breaking up anytime soon by the looks of it. Bigger thunder shower clouds starting to form out here in the Dakotas, western Nebraska, and on out there into Colorado. And again, along this front, that's where some more thunder showers will be developing here the next couple of hours or so. Current weather map shows an area of high pressure up here over northeastern Wisconsin. That should pull away, and gradually this frontal boundary will return back to the north as it gets a bit of a southerly flow of air behind it. As far as anything severe goes tonight, we do have a couple severe thunderstorm watches, one covering western South Dakota, western Nebraska, and on out into Wyoming, and this one here for northern Colorado, that one in effect until 11 o'clock during the nighttime tonight. Again, our traveler's weather forecast first thing on Friday will show some showers, perhaps getting as far east as the western part of Iowa. Rain showers and thunder showers should become more widespread as the day goes on. Temperatures going to stay rather cloudy tomorrow, so the highs will be a bit on the cool side one more time, with readings here stuck in the 70s. The warm, sticky weather not that far away again, with highs in the 80s and lower 90s well out to the west of us. Here are your forecast details. For the rest of tonight, we will stay cloudy to partly cloudy. Temperatures in the upper 50s to mid-60s for lows, and light wind continues tonight. Mostly cloudy on Friday. Some scattered afternoon thunder showers are possible. Temperatures mid-70s to around 80 degrees, and the wind from the southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Rain chances reach about 30% tomorrow afternoon. The sun now comes up at 6:13. Showers and thunder showers end tomorrow night. Hopefully the sky will clear a bit then, too. Temperatures from 65 to 70 as we get a little on the sticky side again. Saturday looks sticky with highs from 84 to about 90 and some afternoon scattered thunder showers. Our extended weather forecast includes dry weather back here gradually. Looks like some scattered showers lingering into Sunday, but then drier, cooler temperatures on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Highs anywhere from the 70s tomorrow, 80s on Saturday, then back into the low and mid-70s on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. Nighttime lows also get cooler, down there into the lower 50s by the first part of next week. And finally, our Perseid meteor showers. The good news is that tonight and Friday night are the peak nights with rates between 50 and 100 per hour. They appear to originate in the northeastern sky in the constellation Perseus. No big surprise there. That's where the name comes from. Best viewing is after midnight, and this is kind of cool. These meteors are racing through the sky between 27,000 and 160,000 miles per hour. Bad news is, though, the sky looks kind of cloudy tonight. Hopefully a little bit of clearing here tomorrow night.
But from now until probably next Monday, no sun, huh?
Nah, not a whole lot anyway.
All right.
Some peaks from time to time, but maybe not needing the sunscreen anytime soon.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. In a moment, Bobby Earl's going to show us a set of twins. They do everything together.
They sure do. That includes having the same surgery. We'll show those two kids to you next in Healthline.
All of us enjoy the gifts Mother Nature sends us. Beautiful sunny days, clear starry nights. But sometimes Mother Nature turns wrathful, sending floodwaters, high winds, lightning, tornadoes, or ice storms. At Midwest Power, we're working every day to make your electric service something you won't have to worry about. We really don't mind being taken for granted. That's just our nature.
This is the KWWL Business Report.
like to take the whole family to Disney World? Hit the links in Breckenridge. Shop till you drop in Minneapolis. Test the waters at the Lake of the Ozarks. Or try your luck in Las Vegas. It's our vacation celebration at Jim Aronson Chevrolet Imports. Buy any new or used vehicle van. Take your choice of a 4-day, 3-night vacation to either Disney World, Breckenridge, Colorado, Minneapolis, Lake of the Ozarks, or Las Vegas. Hurry, this offers a first-come, first-served basis. Supplies limited. Buy any new or used vehicle van. Take your choice of one of these 5 fabulous locations. Only during the vacation celebration at Jim Aronson Chevrolet Imports in Center Point, where the advantage works for you.
Severe weather is serious business. When it strikes, no single radar can provide all the information you need. That's why KWWL uses a National Weather Service network with the country's most powerful Doppler near Des Moines and radar from Rochester, Madison, Moline, and Waterloo. A safety net that protects you right where you live. 3 university-trained meteorologists and the best radar coverage in eastern Iowa, working to protect you on KWWL, Iowa's news channel. This edition of Healthline 7 is sponsored by Allen Memorial Hospital. Allen Quality, a commitment to healthcare excellence.
For the last 65 years, a set of twins in Waterloo have grown up together.
They lived in the same town. They've even worked at the very same business all these years. And while that may not sound that unusual, these twins also schedule their hospital stays together. In tonight's Healthline 7 report, Bobby Earls tells us about the Hurst twins.
Don and Dick Hurst are recovering from hip replacement surgery. While that may not sound unusual, both men had their right hip repaired at the same time.
I think I agreed with Dick that when he had to go, I'd go with him. So he got to the point where he was in pretty bad shape, and he says, I'm ready to go, and I said, okay. So we went.
The Hurst twins say scheduling surgery together just seemed natural.
As long as we have to have it done, we might as well have it, be together.
And this isn't the first time they've been hospital roommates.
Beat you down to the end.
We had surgery for hernia operations some years ago, and we were in the hospital together for that.
While the doctors can tell them apart, even today, friends have to look twice.
Most people have trouble. Even if they can tell a difference, they say, well, which one's Dick and which one's Don?
And their relationship goes beyond just being brothers.
We've been in business together. Everything we own together. So
and you even go to the hospital together.
And we even go to the hospital together.
And to no one's surprise, the Hursts say if they need their left hip replaced, they'll probably schedule their surgeries together. I'm Bobby Earls for Iowa's News Channel.
Bobby says tonight the brothers have indeed left the hospital. They are recovering at home now. In case you're wondering who's older, well, Don is by 15 minutes, but he says he's never used that against his brother. We're glad to hear that.
Let's hope they don't have to go back to the hospital
sure.
ever again. Well, the baseball strike draws near. Brian Leslie has details next in sports.
And still ahead for you, the butters flying at the State Fair.
Last fall, Allen Memorial Hospital broke ground for this new health education center, the Russell S. Gerard II MD campus north of the hospital. This new facility will house the Allen College, the Allen School of Nursing, and the Allen Radiologic Technology program. The focal point of the building will be the McBride Auditorium. Completion is expected in February 1995. Friends of Allen have made this beautiful facility possible through their gifts to the Memorial Foundation of Allen Hospital. Allen Memorial Hospital, committed to excellence in healthcare education.
Where to look for just the right look.
Eddie Bauer.
The easygoing look.
Eddie Bauer.
The casual look.
Eddie Bauer.
The quality look.
Eddie Bauer.
College Square is where to look in the first place to experience the Eddie Bauer adventure. College Square is also the first place to look for exceptional values for your first day back. First to bring you the hottest new stores, new styles, and the best back-to-school values. College Square, where to look in the first place for your first day back.
KWWL Channel 7, Iowa's news channel.
Tonight on KWWL at 7, it's Mad About You, Wings, Seinfeld, Frasier, and Dateline NBC.
Godfather's Pizza, may I take your order, please?
Yeah, we'd like a jumbo combo delivered.
Godfather's Pizza delivered. Do it.
Guy has Iowa connections, is doing very well in the tournament.
Yeah,
today,
John
right?
Bermel
Yeah.
from Cedar Falls at the Beaver Hills Country Club. But good course, a lot of golfers very complimentary of the Southern Hills Country Club course in Tulsa. As the PGA Championship's underway, we're going to start talking about golf. We'll end up talking about baseball today. But the year's final major on the Men's PGA Tour began this morning in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The PGA Championship among those in the field was Beaver Hills Country Club pro John Bermel of Cedar Falls. He was at 2 under par through 6 holes today and was, in fact, among the leaders before he finished at a 2 over par today, 72. So far, American golfers have been shut out, and some of the other ones were making some nice approaches for an ace here. Look at David Guilford's effort on the 8th hole here to move to 2 under par. He almost made it. Check out this shot. Got to look closely. Colin Montgomery. This one almost goes in. I mean, this is how close it came to going in. It dented the edge of the cup. Had to do a little repair work there. Fred Couples with a little croquet imitation using the end of his putter got it to go in for a birdie. Now that's creative golf if I ever saw it. Phil Mickelson draining the 40-foot birdie putt here. Slam dunk. Paul Azinger, the defending champion, too, as he was at 5 over par and gets the nice birdie to go down there on the 13th. Let's check the leaderboard and see where we stand as we are still in the first round, so this could change, but here are the clubhouse leaders right now. Montgomery at 3 under, Mickelson at 2 under, 3 tied at 1 under, including Zeller, Watson, and Lauren Roberts. Others, Ian Woosnan was 2 under through 14, Nick Price 1 under, as was Ray Floyd. Greg Norman finished the day 1 over, and Azinger was at 5 over par to finish for the first round. The Iowa AAU Select Girls Basketball team has split its 2 most recent games on its Australia tour. Tammy Brower of Cedar Rapids Kennedy led the team in scoring with 17 points in a 67-54 win over Diamond Valley of Melbourne. Earlier, they lost 73-65 to Green Hills as Amy Herrig of Dubuque Senior led the way with 12 points. In college football, the Iowa Hawkeyes into their 1994 fall preseason camp. This year, the defense will have less experience than the offense, but one of the leaders there, linebacker John Hartley, feels that speed will make up for what they lack in experience.
I see that as a definite big plus and an advantage for us, and I think it'll allow us to do a lot of things. I can't elaborate on that too much, but the defensive backs especially are in the fastest they've ever been, and I think us linebackers through our summer workouts have really tried to up our speed and conditioning. I think we've all taken it to a new level this summer.
Now, one guy to keep an eye on, freshman Vernon Rollins of New Jersey, one of the top 10 rated recruits in the nation at his position, a true freshman who could see some serious playing time.
Right now, there's not any question in my mind. He's going to play some defensive linebacker for us.
I like to hit, that's that's really about it, like to hit, have fun, and just go out there and play,
Co-captains, by the way, on defense include John Hartley, Van Parker, Wilderman. Major League Baseball will go on strike tonight at midnight, but one Iowa man stands to make a few bucks. The Centerville teacher, Anthony Endress, currently stands in second place in the Sporting News National Fantasy Baseball Challenge. If the season ends this way, he'll take home the $6,500 runner-up prize. By the way, Jeff Swartz of Greenfield, Wisconsin, is in first place. He stands to win $10,000. Meanwhile, the conference room was vacant in New York, where owners and players were scheduled to meet. No negotiations are scheduled tomorrow either. Even if an 11th-hour deal were struck tonight, games this weekend have already been canceled. Well, in Arlington, Texas, the Rangers were packing up their gear and swearing that they will hold out the longest.
There's no way our union will be busted. No ifs and buts about it. And every player feels the same way. No ifs and buts about it.
I haven't had a summer off since '82. So, to sort of pack up right in the middle of everything is not my forte.
And some of the owners, meanwhile, are kind of expressing some breaking in the ranks there. So we'll see. The owners are usually the ones that cave first. We'll see what happens here.
Well, I hope it's not a strike, but
well, there's going to be one for a little while.
No doubt about it. Yeah, thanks.
Well, we know we won't see the Perseid meteor showers tonight at midnight.
Probably not anytime soon anyway. We're going to stay rather cloudy tonight with temperatures in the 50s and lower 60s.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks. Well, the Iowa State Fair opened up today with a new attraction in the agriculture building. Mm-hmm. It did. That's where a sculpted butter cow has greeted visitors for 35 years, but this year the cow has a sidekick. You can't really tell what it is now, but butter artist Duffy Lyon of Toledo is working on a life-size butter sculpture of country singer Garth Brooks. Garth and the Cow will be on display behind the glass wall of a walk-in cooler for the duration of the fair. Lyon says that she will use about, get this, 250 pounds of butter on Garth.
That has really attracted a lot of attention around the country, too. I wonder if Garth will be interested in that himself. Okay, that's it for 6 o'clock tonight at 10. The baseball season appears to be just about over. We'll tell you what the fans are saying tonight. And should you be saying yes to seeing Jim Carrey's new movie, Gary Sarnoff will unmask the mask on tonight's screen test at 10.
If you wish to contact KWWL, your electronic mail will reach us 24 hours a day. Send your comments to KWWL@AOL.com or call any of these local numbers.